What secrets did Queen Elizabeth II take to her grave, and why was Prince William, her grandson, chosen to unveil them? The Queen, one of history's most iconic monarchs, ruled with grace, poise, and a dedication to preserving the monarchy's traditions. Yet, even in her final moments, she held secrets that would shake the very foundation of the royal family. When her will was finally opened, the revelations within left Buckingham Palace trembling, its corridors filled with hushed whispers of surprise and concern. Why William? What compelled her to entrust him with such a monumental task? This wasn't just a matter of reading out her wishes. It was a carefully orchestrated moment that would define the monarchy's future. As details from her will began to surface, the public's fascination turned into shock. This wasn't merely about wealth or titles. It was about legacies, secrets, and the delicate balance of power within one of the world's oldest institutions. In this video, we'll peel back the layers of Queen Elizabeth's final testament, exploring the surprising details that have redefined royal traditions, tested familiar bonds, and raised questions about the future of the monarchy. From the inheritance of historic estates and priceless jewelry to the unexpected recipients of her treasures, the Queen's decisions reveal a deeper narrative, one that goes beyond wealth and into the heart of a family navigating an evolving modern world. Stay tuned as we delve into the hidden messages of the Queen's will, the intriguing choice of Prince William as its reader, and the ripple effects these decisions have on the royal family's destiny. The scene at Buckingham Palace on the day of the will's reading was nothing short of dramatic. The royal family, known for their composed public appearances, found themselves in an unusually vulnerable moment. The air was thick with anticipation, as Prince William, often described as the Queen's favorite grandson, took center stage to reveal her formal reading of legalities. But this wasn't just a formal reading of legalities. It was a moment steeped in tension, uncertainty, and raw emotion. Why William? That question lingered in everyone's minds. The Queen's decision to entrust him with this responsibility hinted at her trust in his character and his ability to carry the weight of her legacy. As the pages unfolded, the room held its collective breath, knowing that the contents of this document could change everything. The will was not merely a list of possessions or an allocation of titles. It was a meticulously crafted blueprint for the monarchy's future. It addressed not just the distribution of estates and jewels, but also touched on the deeper question of who would bear the responsibility of upholding the royal legacy. For the younger royals, this moment was pivotal. Would they be left with pieces of history to cherish, or would they walk away with little to nothing? The reading of the will wasn't just about inheritance. It was about power dynamics, trust, and the Queen's vision for the future of the monarchy. As the contents were revealed, gasps echoed through the room. There were surprises, disappointments, and even shockwaves that hinted at secrets long kept hidden. This was no ordinary inheritance. It was a declaration of the Queen's ultimate wishes and her expectations for the royal family's future. But I hear you think, why Prince William? Among all the royals, why was Prince William chosen to read the Queen's final will? This decision wasn't arbitrary. It was a reflection of his unique role within the monarchy. As the eldest son of King Charles III and the future King of England, William has long been groomed to take on significant responsibilities. But his selection for this task hinted at a deeper bond between him and Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen reportedly saw William as the bridge between the monarchy's storied past and its modern future. Over the years, she devoted countless hours mentoring him, sharing insights about her reign, and preparing him for the challenges of leadership. Unlike his brother, Prince Harry, whose path veered away from royal duties, William embraced his destiny with a sense of duty and pragmatism. Choosing William also sent a strong message about the monarchy's direction. It wasn't just about tradition, but also about trust. William's calm demeanor, dedication to his role, and strong public image made him the ideal candidate to handle a task of such magnitude. By entrusting him with the reading, The Queen effectively positioned him as the moral and symbolic custodian of her legacy. Yet this choice wasn't without controversy. Some questioned why King Charles, the Queen's eldest son, wasn't given the responsibility. Others speculated that this was a strategic move to elevate William's profile and secure public support for his future reign. Regardless of the reasons, William's role in unveiling the will signaled a generational shift within the monarchy walls, one that would resonate far beyond Buckingham Palace's walls. Did you know about her legacy beyond wealth? Queen Elizabeth II's will wasn't just about distributing material wealth. It was a carefully constructed document that reflected her vision for the monarchy's survival in an ever-changing world. While many expected it to focus solely on estates, jewels, and financial assets, the will transcended these expectations. It was a statement about legacy, responsibility, and the future of the royal family. Central to this legacy was the idea of preserving the monarchy as an institution. The Queen recognized that public trust in the royal family had waned in recent years, and her will seemed to address this head-on. By making bold and unconventional decisions about her inheritance, she sought to modernize the monarchy while honoring its rich traditions. One of the will's most striking elements was its focus on personal treasures with sentimental value. These weren't just priceless heirlooms, but symbols of the Queen's life, reign, and connection to history. Each item was carefully allocated to reflect its significance, not just to the recipient, but to the monarchy's future narrative. The Queen's approach was also pragmatic. She understood the importance of consolidating power and ensuring the monarchy's stability. Her will subtly redistributed influence within the family, favoring those she believed were best suited to uphold the institution's values. This wasn't just a will, it was a roadmap for how the monarchy could thrive in the decades to come. Let's move on to the Queen's private wealth, hidden treasures unveiled. Queen Elizabeth II's private wealth was one of the most intriguing aspects of her will. While the public had long speculated about the extent of her fortune, the contents of her will revealed assets that far exceeded expectations. This was not just about royal duties or inherited estates. It showcased the Queen's financial acumen and her ability to quietly amass significant wealth through personal investments, art collections, and ventures. Her private fortune included a diverse portfolio of rare artifacts, priceless art, and carefully managed investments that had remained hidden from public scrutiny for decades. The Queen's art collection, for instance, featured masterpieces by renowned artists such as Rembrandt and Vermeer, pieces not part of the official royal collection but her personal acquisitions. These treasures held immense cultural and historical value, reflecting her deep appreciation for art and history. The Abe will also shed light on the allocation of these assets. To the surprise of many, the Queen's wealth was not distributed evenly among family members. Some received sentimental pieces of personal value, while others were entrusted with key financial assets. This careful division wasn't about favoritism, but about preserving her vision for the monarchy's future. The decisions made in her will emphasized the Queen's belief in rewarding loyalty and ensuring her legacy endured. By safeguarding her private treasures, she provided a glimpse into her meticulous planning, ensuring that her wealth would serve both the royal family and its historical narrative for generations to come. Balmoral and the Castles, a new strategy. Balmoral Castle, nestled in the scenic Scottish Highlands, had always been a special place for Queen Elizabeth II. As her private sanctuary, it held memories of family gatherings, quiet moments, and a rare sense of privacy. However, the Queen's will revealed a surprising decision. Balmoral would not pass to a single family member, but instead be shared among several. This move broke with royal tradition, where estates typically went to a singular heir. Instead, the Queen's strategy ensured that Balmoral remained a unifying retreat for the entire royal family. This decision wasn't merely practical, it reflected her understanding of the evolving dynamics within the family. By sharing the property, she fostered a sense of inclusion and collaboration among its members. Other estates, such as Sandringham, were allocated differently. Sandringham, another cherished royal property, was left directly to King Charles, ensuring its continuity as a key part of the monarchy's heritage. These decisions reflected the Queen's careful balancing act, honoring tradition while adapting to modern realities. The will also hinted at the broader implications of these choices. By distributing her estates in this manner, the Queen avoided potential disputes over ownership and preserved the family's unity. Her pragmatic approach demonstrated her ability to navigate the complexities of royal life while safeguarding the monarchy's long-term stability. Balmoral and Sandringham were more than properties. They were symbols of the Queen's thoughtful planning and enduring vision. Art, artifacts, and heirlooms. Queen Elizabeth II's private collection of art and heirlooms was nothing short of extraordinary. These weren't just decorative pieces but symbols of history, culture, and personal sentiment. The will unveiled a treasure trove of artifacts including rare books, family manuscripts, and artworks by some of history's most celebrated artists, such as Rembrandt and Vermeer. Unlike the crown jewels or official state property, these items were part of the Queen's personal collection, accumulated over generations. They represented a connection to the monarchy's storied past and served as a testament to the Queen's appreciation for art and heritage. Her will revealed a meticulous distribution of these treasures, carefully assigning them to specific family members based on their significance and the Queen's vision for the future. For instance, rare books and manuscripts were entrusted to members of the family with a known interest in history and literature. This wasn't just a gesture of goodwill, but a strategic move to ensure these artifacts were cared for and preserved. Similarly, her art collection was distributed thoughtfully, with some pieces going to younger royals, symbolizing the bridging of generations within the family. This allocation highlighted the Queen's belief in the importance of cultural heritage. Each item was more than a possession. It was a story, a legacy, and a piece of the royal family's identity. By dividing her collection in this way, the Queen ensured that her treasures would continue to inspire and educate, keeping the monarchy's rich history alive for years to come. The jewelry collection, power and sentiment. The Queen's jewelry collection was more than just a showcase of dazzling gems. It was a symbol of royal power, personal sentiment, and deep historical significance. From the glittering Vladimir tiara to intimate pieces gifted by Prince Philip, each jewel told a story. Stories of love, legacy, and the monarchy's evolving role. When her will was read, the distribution of these treasures stirred fascination and debate alike. The Queen took great care in allocating these jewels, reflecting both tradition and a forward-thinking vision. Camilla, the Queen consort, inherited several pieces that underscored her prominent role in supporting King Charles. For Catherine, the Princess of Wales, the inheritance carried even greater symbolism. Pieces like the Lover's Knot tiara, beloved by Princess Diana, were entrusted to her, cementing her status as the future queen and her connection to the monarchy's enduring legacy. One of the most surprising elements was the allocation of certain iconic jewels to Princess Charlotte. At just 8 years old, the young royal was already being positioned as a key figure in the future of the monarchy. This decision wasn't merely sentimental, it was strategic, ensuring the monarchy's traditions continued through younger generations. By balancing power and sentiment in the jewelry's distribution, the Queen crafted a legacy that reached beyond her lifetime. Her decisions honored the past while signaling a modern, inclusive approach to the monarchy's future. Secrets of the Crown Estate. One of the most misunderstood aspects of the Queen's inheritance was the distinction between her personal properties and the Crown Estate. While properties like Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle are widely recognized symbols of the monarchy, they are not privately owned. These belong to the Crown Estate, a collection of assets held in trust for the reigning monarch and the nation. The Queen's will, however, revealed fascinating details about the allocation of her personal properties, including Balmoral Castle and Sandringham. Unlike the Crown properties, these estates were her private possessions, giving her full control over their inheritance. Balmoral, her cherished retreat in Scotland, was not passed to a single heir, but was shared among several members of the family. This decision was unconventional but practical, ensuring that the estate would continue to serve as a unifying refuge for the royals. Sandringham, another beloved estate, was passed directly to King Charles. This reflected the Queen's confidence in his stewardship, while maintaining its status as a symbol of continuity in the royal family. By clearly separating personal assets from Crown properties, the Queen ensured there would be no disputes over ownership or control. Her decisions balanced tradition with practicality, allowing the monarchy to maintain its historical roots while navigating modern challenges. This strategic approach underscored her deep understanding of the monarchy's role as both a family institution and a national symbol. Family tensions and power shifts. The reading of Queen Elizabeth II's will didn't just unveil her material legacy. It exposed deep-seated family dynamics and power shifts within the monarchy. Her decisions, while carefully considered, inevitably left some royals feeling slighted and others unexpectedly elevated. This moment of truth brought long-standing tensions into sharper focus. For King Charles, the will reinforced his position as the reigning monarch, but also signaled a redistribution of influence within the family. While he inherited key estates like Sandringham, other properties and treasures were allocated to Prince William and other members, subtly shifting the balance of power. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, already distanced from royal duties, were notably absent from significant allocations. This omission highlighted the Queen's belief in prioritizing those actively engaged in supporting the monarchy. Yet, it also underscored the growing divide between the Sussexes and the rest of the family. The allocation of treasures to younger royals, particularly Princess Charlotte, hinted at the Queen's vision for the monarchy's future. By involving the next generation, she ensured a sense of continuity while also emphasizing the importance of adaptability in changing times. These decisions, while pragmatic, inevitably sparked speculation and rumors. Some viewed them as wise, forward-thinking moves, while others saw them as a source of potential conflict. Regardless, the Queen's choices revealed her belief in rewarding loyalty, duty, and commitment over mere tradition, sending a clear message about the monarchy's evolving values. Prince William's transformation. For Prince William, the revelations of the Queen's will marked a transformative moment in his life. Already carrying the weight of being the future king, the inheritance bestowed upon him added new layers of responsibility and expectation. But this wasn't just about wealth, it was about leadership, legacy, and the monarchy's future. William inherited several of the Queen's most treasured possessions, including historic estates, jewelry, and cultural artifacts. Each piece symbolized not just the monarchy's history, but also the personal bond he shared with his grandmother. The Queen's decision to entrust William with these responsibilities wasn't surprising. She had spent years preparing him for this role, mentoring him on the nuances of leadership and the challenges of royal life. Beyond the material inheritances, William's elevated role signaled a shift within the monarchy. The Queen's will positioned him as the bridge between tradition and modernization. It was a statement of her confidence in his ability to adapt the monarchy to a changing world while preserving its core values. This transformation wasn't without challenges. The added responsibilities meant William would have to navigate delicate family dynamics while fulfilling his public duties. Yet, it also solidified his status as the monarchy's future, ensuring that the Queen's legacy would live on through his leadership. A future shaped by the Queen. Queen Elizabeth II's will was more than a final act. It was a masterstroke of foresight and strategy. Through her carefully planned decisions, she ensured that her legacy would endure not just as a monarch, but as a leader who understood the importance of adapting to the times. Her will reflected a deep awareness of the challenges facing the royal family in the 21st century. By rewarding loyalty and commitment over tradition and title, she sent a powerful message about the values needed to sustain the monarchy. Her decisions weren't just about preserving the past, they were about paving the way for the future. As the world reflects on her legacy, one question remains. Will the monarchy thrive under her carefully laid plans, or will the changes she set in motion create new challenges? Only time will reveal the full impact of her choices. But one thing is clear: Queen Elizabeth II's influence will be felt for generations to come. In her final act, she reminded us all that leadership is about more than power. It's about vision, adaptability, and the courage to make decisions that resonate far beyond one's lifetime. Her will was not just a document, it was a blueprint for the monarchy's survival in an ever-changing world.